Hey Sagittarius, here's your random reading. And this is dun, 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 the curveball. If you remember, if you've been following this channel for a while, we've called it a few different things. The curveball, the tea, what's going on behind the scenes. But this is basically something that comes in that you're not expecting. And I have to tell you, this had a really fun undertone. Okay, this looks like really fun, Sagittarius. So this is going to be not a heavy reading, Sag. So yay. Okay, we deserve a little lightness, and this is going to bring lightness to your life. I feel like y'all have been working really hard. I feel like that's who I'm talking to. Sagittarians who have been buried under work and responsibility and obligation to others. Yeah, because we do take that stuff seriously. We really do. We are hard workers for sure. And we think that there's no breaking point for us. That's the thing. It's not always true, but and I'm using these fun cards that are very anime like. I can't even remember what they were called. Uh, but yeah, I haven't used them in a long time. So basically, we have friendship here and indulgence, sweet dreams, and confinement. And what the reading is really talking about is that you deserve a break and you have a friend or a group of friends coming in to deliver. Okay, they know you need a break too. And this is going to be spontaneous, it's not going to be planned. And so, yeah. But let's get into it. Okay, underneath the deck is the King of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Star. I feel like whoever's coming in to give you this break or this treat is someone maybe you haven't thought about in a while. Maybe not even like haven't talked to them. But with the Ten of Cups, they could be family or they could feel like family. There's no bad feelings between you and this person. I just feel like there's been a lot of silence between you. Um, maybe they're dealing with family things, but I feel like it makes you happy. It makes you happy because with the Nine of Swords, you've been kind of buried in, worrying about things and thinking about things and definitely not getting enough rest. And with the Star here, it's like this is just the thing that you need. And it kind of, whatever, this event, though it may seem small and little, actually gives you like stirs your energy for the future. Like sometimes, and I was just reading about it too. It's like when we're too worried about certain things, we have to like do something else that distracts us. And I feel like this is the thing. It's like cutting class, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like you may have helped this person, but I also feel like whoever this friend is, they know how much work you've been putting into things. Because here you are, I always think of Sagittarius as the Queen of Wands, even though it may not be technically true. I do. And, you know, you have a good attitude about it for sure. And you might have even have helped this person get on the right track, and that's why they want to return the favor. But, let's see what the Knight of Pentacles is about. Maybe it's too, this person knows you work all the time. And that isn't the Sagittarius nature. We like to have fun. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Went from nothing to a lot of stuff. Four of Wands. Nine of Cups. Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. There's so much in your energy that says, yeah, I want to go out and celebrate. I want to spend time with y'all. I want to celebrate. That would make me really happy. But Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, I have too much to do. And too much, it's kind of like the fear that if you take even a little bit of time off or your eye off the ball, that's when the obstacles appear. And then, with the Four of Pentacles, it could be money related. You saying, oh, I'd love to do this. I don't have the money, though. Interesting. And that may be what you're saying to these people. These friends. I can't afford to go out. I can't afford a day off. Are you kidding? But the truth is that also, if you don't take care of yourself, then nothing gets taken care of, basically. You see it as indulgence, and it would make you happy because that very much has that Three of Cups energy. The Four of Wands again. It definitely would make you happy, and you definitely need a break. And I feel like whoever these friends are, they know that. They know you need a break. They know how hard you work. And they, with the Nine of Wands too, we have this need to recover. And because we're just freaking exhausted and burn out, and I feel like they really don't want you to burn out. And this is a chance just to kind of take yourself out of the situation and get some rest, some fun. And you are really tired. Queen of Pentacles and Empress, like, you want a day in which you can just, not do anything. But you have responsibilities, and with being the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, it's like people look to you and you're in charge here in some way. And maybe there's a need for you to delegate, honestly. Because everyone deserves a day off. And I feel like a part of you feels like you really want to do this, but you feel like it would be irresponsible. That's so funny, Sag. Because we're usually really about fun. And I feel like whoever these friends are, they're noticing how you're all about, the work and not, the Queen of Wands likes to have fun and typically does. Maybe even makes time for it. And maybe they're starting to see like how serious you've become and kind of less of the Queen of Wands. Like what happened to the fun you, Sag? You just feel like you can't. Like confinement here, you feel like you know, you have to do what you have to do. And you express it's so it's like you appreciate this opportunity, Ace of Swords, but you're being honest and saying, you know what? I don't know if I can do this today. I don't know if I can do this. This really has to do with you and your sense of responsibility. On the bottom is compromise, commitment, reservation, good news, you know, there's good news here. And I feel like your reservations about this or going or whatever, there's some sort of compromise that's going to allow for you to do it. Oh, wow, okay. I know that seems like so many details for just going out for a day, just playing hooky for a day. But, you know, like, believe it or not, so many people think Sagittarius is non-committal. We're very committed. That's why we give a lot of thought to, you know, the commitments that we make. And what's interesting here is what came out, what was sitting on the top of the deck. The Sun, the Lovers, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Like, you should really go for it, because even though this seems like you may feel like this is a hard decision for you to make, maybe it feels selfish, but you know, your happiness is important too, right? And I feel actually like you may encounter someone that stabilizes things for you. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Like, things are stable enough for you to actually Five of Swords. Six of Wands. Like, you may not like what you hear. And someone's definitely telling you that it's okay for you to do this. Six of Wands is drawing attention to you. It's okay for you to do something for yourself. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles, though. The Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. It's like things are stable enough for you to do this, to take this opportunity. You might think that it would cause problems, but it doesn't. You know, Queen of Cups. This is for you. You, your own well-being, your own self-care. And there were quite a bit of self-care cards that came out. Like, and you might just, Sagittarius, be thinking about it too much. Like, overthinking this whole thing. And, you know, sometimes we just need to say, yeah, I have all these responsibilities, but I'm exhausted and I need some sort of glow up, some sort of fun. So let's see how this experience helps you. How does this experience help Sagittarius? It's like you've been dreaming about this, being able to indulge yourself and feeling like you can't. How does this help Sagittarius? Ugh, these little cards. Sagittarius. How will this help Sagittarius? How will this help Sagittarius? More Ten of Pentacles. So, I mean, I feel like you're going to be feeling good about this, even though you're not sure about it. How does this help, Sag? How does this help Sagittarius? Ooh, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords. Oh, it's just going to be a very healing experience for you. And that you've achieved enough. It's like you're here at Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, right? Still feeling like you could lose that if you like indulge yourself or drop the ball or take any time off. And it's just not so. This will actually, oh, there's the King of Swords again. And I feel like this is what this person, the King of Swords, is telling you. It won't, you know, it won't have that effect, but it will open doors that you haven't experienced yet. Like, because Sagittarius learns through experience, right? It may even open new avenues of making money with the Two of Wands, right? And expose you to new things that may open new paths for you. Okay, that's very interesting, isn't it, Sag? Very much so. So let's see what your spirit guides want to say. What do Sagittarius' spirit guides want to tell them? Sagittarius' spirit guides. Oh, sorry, y'all. Sagittarius, what do you have to say to Sag? Okay. Transform and rise. Your journey of transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. Roots of success. I feel like the universe is telling you you've already planted the roots of your success. You don't need, you've already transformed. You've already grown. You don't need to keep worrying about it. Okay, okay. Yeah, Cavern of Secrets. Unveil the hidden wonders within the shadow depths of enigmatic secrets and concealed wisdom. I just feel like this, and I know it seems like, is one day really going to do all this? Sometimes it can. It's unlocking some sense of discovery, you know, and how that's important too. Not just working all the time, Sag. So I hope that this helps you and that it entertains you some. And that you are having the best day ever. Doodles.